Are we live? No, I tried to go live today. I did. And YouTube's like, well, what are you trying to do, man? I said, I'm trying to go live. And it's like, I don't think so. I don't know about that. So I'm going to make a video anyway. I'm not going to edit this. I don't have time. I wanted to get a video out. I wanted to go live today. It didn't happen. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to start today's video off with a little comedy. Now I got to look over to the screen here. I can't make it any bigger.
It's a no. Eggs are one of the worst foods that you can eat.
They are a prime food for viruses, cysts, tumors, and even cancer.
Never tell people to eat oatmeal. Oatmeal is for horses, maybe, probably not even for horses.
This shit is loud as hell.
Been told that all vegetables are good for you. That is bullshit. That cause joint pain and that can even lead to kidney failure when you eat lots of green smoothies.
What the fuck?
Why you stop drinking water and why you should too, part 4.
Yes. All right, so that's how we're gonna start the video. Hopefully you're still here. I wanted to talk about why I'm not on the right page. Let's get, all right. So I didn't know that the last video I did was gonna be so divisive, split people so much about this medical medium guy. But it did. I even had a couple people email me. A couple. Like, I was like, wow. You know, some guy that talks to me a lot, it's like, oh, I can't even find your email on here. And then I get other couple people hating me in the email format. One had to have taken an hour. Now, I don't want to focus on the negative at all. I'm actually in a pretty jolly mood. Jolly fat guy, Santa Claus. And I just wanted to touch on some of the stuff that I've been talking about this past couple of weeks, and I wanted to just go from there. So I'm not editing, so that's going to be in there. My name is Ryan, High Carb Regenerate. Welcome to my channel. And so I talked about medical medium, as I just mentioned. So I talked about him twice now. I was surprised by this. I actually found a couple other people who do medical medium, but they have so much music into their videos that there's no way I would be able to get away with that. So couldn't play them. But one of them was Vegan Solution, I believe her name is. And she was eating like 2,600 plus calories in a day. She weighs as much as my PlayStation 3 controller that hasn't been used in a year because I don't play it. It's just all over the place. And then somebody else emailed me about McDougall, and I'm actually going to touch on that. I actually found one of his old videos, VHS tape style videos in here, and I just wanted to let people know that I'm not going to read it. I'm sorry. If you spend an hour messaging me, not to be a dick or anything, but I've got 2 hours at best in day to myself, not spending an hour of reading. But I did kind of catch a glance of McDougall talking, him sending McDougall videos to me and whatever else. I was kind of surprised by it. Now everybody's assuming how much I eat. I haven't actually, I don't even calculate it. Yesterday was probably like 22,000 calories at best. And most of that came right on out right afterwards. I had another version of Sunday yesterday. It's been a little bit of a crazy week. So I was actually scared to eat most of today. So I probably only had 800 calories at best. What time is it? Like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. Only real time that matters in the world. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. And I got up at 8 o'clock. I probably had maybe 800 calories. Now, am I going to make that up? Try to make that up tonight with dinner? Yes, I will eventually make that up. I was actually just scared to eat. So people are assuming how much I eat. People are assuming a lot. People are assuming just because I put a medical medium video on or talk about him on my channel that I'm completely doing everything that he's doing. And I wanted to clear that up. I was actually going to clear this up in the live. Hopefully people see this video and can join me on that live. If you can't, whatever. I just wanted to have some videos that I wasn't going to edit. It's like a lifesaver for me. But I wanted to talk about this. I was actually looking him up because somebody had told me that he's really into potatoes, and I'm also into potatoes. I'm a bit Irish, and I figured, what the hell? I was going to watch this video anyway. Now this video is at 59 minutes. I'm not doing that. I really want to get out. It's 65 degrees outside, and it's February in Cleveland. So I wanted to get outside, but I wanted to make this video. I thought somebody 5-star alarm, but not. So let's watch this. This video really isn't going to be about a whole lot, I don't think, other than knowing that in 2016, had I made a YouTube channel at that time, but you can't should have done anything. There's no should have time machine. You can't, oh, I should have done that and go back and, redo it over again. But had I done one in 2016, my diet would look significantly different than what I have done thus far on this channel, and it worked much better for me. Now, did I count calories? No. Did I go through 4 pounds of just straight up sugar a week? Yes. Did I eat a lot of food to the point where Sandy cut me off? She's like, I'm not making dinner for you anymore, buddy. You have to make your own. I'm like, lady, work like 12 hours a day. I don't care. And so I had to start making my own food. I think that was the time. Yeah, because I was going to be, yeah, there was a lot going on. So I was making my own food because I was eating so much. So the calorie in, calorie out warriors coming in here. I actually feel bad for you. I really do. Because I have been there. I have. And it has resulted in catastrophic failure of losing weight at all levels. And binging eventually. So I thought the title of this video, are you overeating and mashed potatoes? I want to see what he has to say, because if you're eating too much of fat, I get it, right? There is a certain thing of, calories do matter when fat and protein are involved. So I just wanted to see what he has to say, and maybe I'll add. I'm going to have to add to it because I can't just straight up play somebody's video, right?
If you're someone that has...
It's a pretty sweet walk. I've had 2 walks this year, or in the past 2 months, actually, that completely rust on me. I've had most of my pans for like 20-some years. I don't know what they're making these pans with anymore.
Spasms and...
They're like a ghost back here? What the fuck is that? Oh, I'm swearing. I can't edit this either. What is this?
Lots of gastritis and all of that. So it's really helpful. It's just a simple meal.
Is that a Star Wars thing? Gotta be Star Wars. I don't know. I don't watch it.
And simple.
I probably just lost like half. Right.
So I'm going to make that. I got some peas right here. Look at that.
Never got into it.
These are frozen peas. That's what they are. Okay. Got the pan going. I'm going to get the pan a little hot. They were talking about overeating, by the way. Talking about emotions with food. Talking even a little bit about how it works when you're trying to eat healthier and you're around family and friends and how hard that is. I want to mention that again a little bit. So we'll talk about that too. And why?
I can understand that one because my mom loves to make vegan food. She brags about it, right? I go over there. I'm like, wow, this is more fat than I've had the entire year. Like in December, I think one of the meals was probably more fat than I had the entire year. And so, but I mean, who else is going to, so I try to tell her. And so I cut it with potatoes. I cut it with potatoes. I'm like, yeah, I'll just bring potatoes, I'll just mix it in with potatoes. And so that's what I do. And then she freezes the rest because they got like 30 freezers.
Why do we overeat? Why do we feel like we have to overeat? How come we're so hungry? So many people are so hungry. Stress plays a role. I'm going to talk about the adrenals a little bit. I got some adrenals right in front of me right here. Got some kidney.
Again, am I 100% on the medical medium bandwagon? No. It's just weird to me that 2016, basically what he talks about and what my chiropractor was talking about, and Arnold, I combined it all because I really wasn't watching YouTube. I really didn't have time, right? I had video games to play when I was at work because nobody ever came in. And I had other bike riding to do when I wasn't at work. So I really didn't watch too many YouTube videos. I kind of just did my own thing. Now, I did remember him at the back of my head during Ryder talking about, gotta eat your sugar, man. Gotta eat your sugar. And so I did that. But, you know, I usually only did it when I would add it to fruit, and I would add it to my water bottles when I would go out on bike rides, because the gels are stupid expensive. I don't know where I was going. Oh, so, but I was eating a lot of asparagus and a lot of Brussels sprouts and a lot of different things when I had rice and potatoes, mostly rice, actually. I would add it with the rice, and the potatoes, actually, I would just kind of make fries out of it and just dip it in whatever.
These two. Stress plays a role with that. And
so if you were watching, you know, if I made videos back then, that's basically what I would have done. And if anybody's seen the video or the photographs from where I was, now I'm not exactly like crazy overweight anymore. I don't know what I weigh. I don't like to get involved with that, you know, the weighing thing. A lot of people like that, but I think that is the best way to gain weight, because you get depressed. What if you have a certain number in your head? I don't even know if this video is ever going to get played, but what if you have a certain number in your head and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, man, it's like a pound off. And then you just start eating like depressive, you know, eating like, you know, eat a pie.
It can get us mixed into a whole bunch of eating disorder talk and eating disorder issues.
If you know what this is, this thing back here, leave it down in the comments section. I feel like I should, but I don't.
Feel like we have eating disorders, or we feel like we're struggling with our foods. People don't understand us. People don't get it. And I mean, there's so many different places it all goes. So we're talking about some cool stuff. Good to see you guys coming on.
Peace.
Excited. Awesome. Happy to see you. Glad to see you too. Glad you guys are coming on. Incredible.
This is also not a medical medium hate video either. I actually quite like what a lot of the stuff that he has to say. I really do. I was actually surprised that he likes potatoes. But when I typed into the Google, to the YouTube, medical medium and rice, there was not a single video. So apparently he doesn't like rice, but he likes potatoes. I can see that. I can see that. I actually wanted to make a video with Nutrition by Victoria about that. We've been talking about that in the background. So hopefully that happens.
So there's lots to cover. I'm excited. I'm going to get the pan.
Again, I'm not saying rice is bad at all. At all. I'm going to talk more about this next week.
Hot right now, you guys. I'm making a mashed potato with some peas, and it's a simple dish. You could throw spices in there if you want. You can do that. You can throw onion powder in there. You can throw garlic powder in there. You can throw a little garlic in there too if you really want. I'm keeping it real simple to show that you know, for other people who are sensitive with garlic or they're sensitive with onion or something, that they can have it so simple. How cool is that? It'll be fun though. It really will.
I do like how he explains in the other video that I watched while I was doing artwork. I was listening to it. And he said that, you know, some of the times that you have upset stomach from this food, I just ate an apple, sorry, is because that it's killing things in your gut, and it starts to affect you. Now, is that true? I believe it is, because actually that's one of the things that my chiropractor told me. You know, he was a lifesaver. He really was. And I know I mentioned him a lot. And if I was even remotely close to that area, I would visit him weekly. Because he could tell just by adjusting my back how much inflammation or how little I had because of how stiff I was.
Will be, and it'll taste good too. And if you really wanted to add a little bit of sea salt or a little bit of a high quality salt, because you're doing salt anyway, because I realize I can't get people off of salt. I want to get them off of salt, then I can't get a lot of people off of it. It's like salt on everything, salt on all the food.
Yeah, that's not an issue here. But I mean, there is salt in condiments, and I'm not going to give those up. I might not use them as much as I used to, but I'm not giving up.
Lorraine L, good to see you.
Even when I was raw vegan, I still used them to make dressings out of. Like I would, one of my favorite, I don't know if this video is going to get, I'll link it down below if you actually want to see this video. One of my favorite dressings, you know, raw dressings that I like to make is when mangoes are in season, mangoes, salsa, and mustard. Now you can use mustard powder; it works just as good. And that is just absolutely phenomenal. And you know, and then it's the nicer part about that is you can change the spice level depending on what salsa you use, or you can make your own salsa. So I like that.
Glad you guys are coming on. Really do. Lorraine, wow, man, all I know is I've been reading your comments on YouTube, and my mind gets blown because I think someone's on there. I think it was some dude on there, and he was a really nice guy. He was a really nice guy, and he was talking about how on YouTube he was talking about how, I think whatever it is, that medical medium information can help some people but not help others.
That's basically the message that I got too from a lot of the comments. I'm not saying that all the comments were bad. Most of them were really good.
And you were like, well, it depends on how you look at it. There's so many different options. There's 1,000 different protocols. You can customize it to what's happening in your life. And that's the difference. And the difference is that you can heal with the information because there's so much. You got the spiritual information. You got the physical causes.
I would not actually get into that on this channel. I have a little bit, but if I was ever going to get back into the spiritual, I would either start a podcast for that altogether. That would probably have the same name, actually, High Garbage Generator, or on Ryan Talks. I got to get back to that other channel. Like, I know it. The time.
Got supplements and dosages, and so I think people jump the gun a lot, and they'll say like, I didn't get better on MM when
I actually really want to see how he makes potatoes. He's even more long-winded than me. So
you're trying to avoid.
So I'm going to link this video down below, like I said.
And then when you guys were getting right, and we're doing some medical medium school. If you can catch up on some of the episodes.
I think he's got a lot of good information. Like I said, I've talked to him in the DMs on Instagram probably last June. So, if I get involved with this enough, maybe we'll get him on here.
Science, it came from Spirit of Compassion that the cause of psoriasis is copper, a toxic heavy metal. It's partly cause.
I find it ironic because my copper's low.
Of eczema too, right? So when it comes down to everything, like information about the brain, if you want to know more about the brain, you're not going to hear reason out there, because when they say your brain needs fat and your brain is made out of fat, 2 strikes against the industry right there, the fraud industry, the fraud alternative industry. Problem is with the alternative industry, basically most of it's all fraud.
I like his viewpoints on that 100%.
And all my friends are alternative doctors, incredible ones though. At least they know the difference, right? And then there's the conventional system too is fraudulent. It's completely fraudulent, especially in the virus world. Really fraudulent. And with virus, it's always the wrong information about viruses, the wrong information about all of it. I'm taking the skin off of these potatoes. You guys coming on here, I'm honored you're here. We got lots to talk about, right? And we're making some mashed potatoes. I got a pan that's hot. I got frozen peas right here, so I hope you stick around for that. It's an easy recipe. It's gentle on the system. I'm only peeling the potato, not because skins aren't good for you. They're incredible for you. That's actually an amazing.
I actually cannot stand mashed potatoes that don't have skin in it. I can't stand it. I don't understand that. I don't understand why people do it. It makes no sense.
Part of the potato. But this is more of, hey, it's a comfort meal. I'm making some comfort food since we're talking about it, because that's the other thing too. Making some comfort food since we're talking about overeating. We're talking about emotional eating too, right?
That can be dangerous because emotional eating generally is not having a potato. For me, emotional eating is hummus, an entire tub, probably an entire bag of potato chips, and like a muffin. And this is after dinner. So, it's vegan, right? So you got to score there. But, oof.
And
adds weight quick.
How stress plays a role. The brain gets hot. So, you guys check out Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcast. You know, if you can catch up on some of the episodes, the blood draw episode is really critical to know, because you're just going to get caught. Here's some gut potions. Here's some gut powders. Here's some gut whatever. Let's talk about microbiome. And meanwhile, we're told that the brain needs fat and is made out of fat. Wrong. Right there. She wanted more and more. That's what that is, okay?
Man, I thought I was long-winded.
That's important to know. Got some mashed potatoes here. I'm going to put some lime in here. Mashed potatoes in the pan, right?
That's good for an interview, though. I love when people are long-winded and I do an interview with them. It makes for good times, usually. I don't think I've had any real bad ones.
See if we could squeeze this lime. I'm having a problem here with this one. This one's slippery. Potato can be a little slippery when it's on your hands. TikTok, the handle.
Slippery when wet.
App. TikTok, the handle says seeds. So
I like that masher. I like mine better though.
You're talking about flax seeds? Look, they're healthy fats, flax seeds and avocado. If you guys are going to eat fats, that's the ones to do. Sesame seeds, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. Those are the best ones. Sunflower seeds are good too, right? You can do that. But keep in mind, if you're sick, too much fat is not going to let you heal all the way. Animal protein or plant-based. Keep that in mind. Animal protein or plant-based. Okay? Animal protein people now are eating avocados and nuts and seeds. They didn't used to eat all that, but now they do. But keep in mind about this. This is important.
Somebody said that he was fat the other day. I don't see it. I mean, maybe a little. I mean, but I wouldn't personally call that fat. I just wouldn't.
Got some mashed potatoes in here. A little bit, I'm going to put some peas in here too. Keep in mind that the more fat you dump in your system, the less glucose gets to the brain. So you're going to have eating issues. You're going to be like, I'm hungry all the time. That's your brain saying, I'm hungry because you're not letting me get enough glucose. You're not giving me 3 mangoes when I need it in the morning. You're not giving me the heavy metal detox smoothie with the glucose, with the bananas. And the industry wants you afraid of bananas. Be open-hearted. Good to see you. The industry wants you afraid of bananas, right? The industry wants you afraid of that. They don't want you eating bananas. They don't want you eating bananas. No way. Can I add a little bit more water to this? That's what I'm going to do.
Only if you douse it in fat somehow.
The industry doesn't want you having bananas. They think it's too much.
This guy's got an arm. What a weird ass kitchen, man. There's a brain here. There's an arm, torso, whatever this is, an old phone. I mean,
Sugar.
I feel like this is my brain right here.
You're going to be on fat, and then you're eventually going to eat the bad sugar is what you're going to do. You're going to have the bad sugar is what's going to happen.
There's no such thing, man.
So.
Oh, well, unless he's talking about like donuts and pastries and everything, like muffins I was talking about.
Adding a little touch of water to the mashed potatoes, which will eventually dry up, but you need it when you're putting in some peas. And that's a thing there too. So I'm going to pop in some peas into this. Pan's going to get nice and hot. There we go. You have to add a little bit of moisture into the pan or you get a hash brown pancake. So that's what you'll get. Ashley Kibben, good to see you. So nice to see you too as well. Okay. So.
All right. This isn't how I would make them, but I have zero interest. But the other thing that people were talking about was eating too many calories. So I wanted to touch on that. I wanted to pull up an oldie but goodie. I've actually had this video on this channel like 2 or 3 times.
Pasta bar and soup bar comes with the entire fresh fruit and salad bar.
Man, that sounded rough.
No, it wasn't that easy. This is one of my favorite salad bars. I can just go crazy here. You start out with a little green salad, maybe
I
add
feel like I'm watching VHS.
a couple extra tomatoes, You can use some green pepper here. Now you got to be a little careful with the potato salad and some of the other salads because they're loaded with mayonnaise and oils. I like to add a few extra peas, some wax beans, yeah? Like wax beans a lot. And some kidney beans, and a little bit of corn, and we'll top it off with a few sprouts. And just...
That's another thing the medical media is against is corn. I don't get that one. He says it has something brain interference, like, I don't know.
For a little bit of extra flavor,
Wear a foil hat.
we'll just sprinkle a little bit of this on. Now let's go see what's on the other side. Now you notice we're going to pass this, which is full of a mayonnaise-type dressing. Of course, pass the eggs up.
I can't even see what's
and this
going
salad
on
doesn't
here.
look like it's so full.
I'm going to get to a point with this. All right, we're getting there.
Well, boy, so let's try a little bit here. And we'll pass the cottage cheese and the eggs and, oh, little trees. Love little trees. And maybe a couple onions. And a few more green beans here. Now, I have to give up because my plate's full. And look what we have here, a vegetarian minestrone soup.
Go for it.
Boy, was I happy to find out that they have noodles made without eggs here. And take a look at this marinara sauce. This is...
They call that accidental vegan.
Rich, red, delicious.
It's kind of like Oreos.
Marinara sauce. I mean, how could you ask for anything tastier than this?
Now here's the rest of your order.
Which one of these would you actually want to eat if you can actually tell what the hell they are? I would go for the pasta. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I did order a little too much. But you know, even if I ate all this, it's not going to do me any harm. If you're not a vegetarian, I'd like you to try eating like one for just one evening. I guarantee you're going to feel better. I'd like to thank Sizzler for their cooperation in this segment, and I'd like to thank all restaurants out there that serve healthy alternatives. Now, if you'll excuse me for a minute, I got to get down to some serious eating. People are always telling me they're...
What did he say there? If he ate all of that, it wouldn't really do him any harm anyways. So which is confusing too, right? Because he talks about calorie, you know, the thermodynamic thing, which I think is very antiquated. But in this video, and he wasn't fat by any stretch, he says that if you ate all of that, it wouldn't do you any harm or you wouldn't gain any weight anyways. So I think I'm going to end it here. This was a video about everything and nothing all at the same time. Comments, questions, likes, all that kind of good stuff down below. I don't know what to tell I feel bad for some people who are, it really seems like really stuck in these modalities to starve yourself and do too much exercise when and chances are there's an underlying thing going on. And a lot of people want to say that there's not, that it's all hocus pocus. Okay. So I really don't know what to tell you there. You know, it's, I can't see how people would abuse themselves with, like keto say, for a decade and smell like ammonia like I did, throwing up stomach acid, have your enzymes completely blood, like they're telling me, well, your enzymes don't matter. Okay. No. Okay. But I don't understand how people can see some of this stuff or do some of this stuff to themselves and expect nothing to happen. And, some of us went a little too overboard like I did. And, it just takes a little bit longer to lose the weight. It does start to mess with, me, a little bit because I do these videos and I'm like, oh, got to lose the weight as fast as possible. And then that just builds in stress and everything. And I know a lot of people are going to come in here and say this is all excuse. Have at it. Because I'm not going to close the comment section down, but some of them I might just start getting rid of because I don't think it does anybody any good. Anyways, talk to you next. And don't share the video. I don't want anybody to share these videos anymore because nobody should have to do that.